I've seen some sisters, they insist on going all the way to the first row when the roof was still there to pray in the first row. And when the iqamah is established, when the adhan is called, they pray in the first row and men pray behind them. So you find people asking them, ladies, go to your designated area. It's haram, it's okay. Don't worry about it. And it's shocking when you see a man who's standing next to his wife and agrees that another man, a stranger, is praying next to her, shoulder to shoulder, or to his mother or his daughter, saying that it's haram, it's okay. Haram means sacred. Doesn't mean that it's okay, you can do whatever you want to do. Imam al-Bukhari collected a hadith explaining how women at the time of the Prophet ﷺ used to perform tawaf. So he said that Aisha radiallahu anha used to perform tawaf حجرة عن الرجال لا تخالطهم حجرة محتجزة. She used to perform tawaf away from men. They used to step away from the Kaaba so that they would be behind men, or they will go at night, or sometimes they would give them the whole space so that they will perform tawaf. It's not feasible to do that now because of the magnitude of the people who are coming to perform tawaf or umrah or mere or hajj or umrah or mere tawaf. But it is feasible to perform tawaf not attached to the Kaaba. You don't have to kiss or touch the black stone. In the same hadith which is collected by Imam Bukhari, a woman said to al-Mu'mineen Aisha radiyallahu anha, "Halumma nastalim al-haram." Ya Ummah, let's go and touch the black stone. She said, "You go. I ain't going. You want me to mingle with men and touch men and men will touch us? No, we don't do that. Touching or kissing the black stone is sunnah. Only if it is feasible, even for men." The Prophet ﷺ said to Umar ibn Khattab, may Allah be pleased with him, if there is a room, proceed on, otherwise step back. Do not harass people, do not push people. Every time I see women are being squeezed and fighting, wrestling, and men who are taking their babies, wallahi their babies, because he wants to put his head in the black stone area. Do you think that will save you or her or make you get a certificate to enter paradise? That's nonsense. If there is room, if there is a chance, stand in the line, kiss or touch the black stone. If none, it will be sufficient to point only with the right hand from distance, Allahu Akbar, and move on. And that's it. It is not permissible whatsoever for women to do what they do right now when they compete with men, when they fight with them in order to touch or kiss the black stone, and they are squeezed like a sponge. No one says this is permissible. No one said that you go ahead and you pray in the first rows or amongst men. There are plenty of designated areas for women to attend their prayer. Performing your tawaf, maybe in the second floor, in the third floor, in any of these rings with ease. In the first floor, in the lobby, but do not come close to the Kaaba, so that you will not be smashed. When I take my family, I do not let my wife perform tawaf by herself. Rather, I go with her. She is standing in front of me. I'm using both my arms in order to give her room. We don't have to come close to the Kaaba. We stay away a little bit, away from the rush, away from the crowd, if we know that it is very crowded, like you're treating a child or a baby, so that at least you focus on your ibadah. When a woman thinks that somebody is pushing her or touching her, then they pick up a fight. Why stay away from the beginning? It is not a person who is intending to push or touch, but rather it's a huge crowd. It's like a sea of people, waves after waves. So this is what we learn from the mother of the believers and the women of the Prophet ﷺ. Tufi khalf al-nas, perform tawaf behind men. As far as the prayer, The Prophet ﷺ taught us what to do. Men and those who would follow the Imam are the most knowledgeable, the greatest reciters. Then afterward, ordinary people, then children, then women. This is the right setup. Does it make women inferior because they pray behind men? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. The Quran tells us that there are some women who are better than millions of men. We're not talking here about superiority. The Quran in Surah Al-Nahl, من عمل صالحا من ذكر أو أنثى وهو مؤمن فلنحيينه حياة طيبة. We do not make distinction when it comes to fulfilling the ibadat. Men are better than women. No, this is not true. The Quran is very clear. Whosoever does good deeds, عمل صالحا, any good deed, whether a male or a female, من ذكر أو أنثى وهو مؤمن, they get the same reward. فلنحيينه حياة طيبة وَلَنَجْزِيَنَّهُمْ أَجْرَهُمْ بِأَحْسَنِ مَا كَانُوا يَعْمَلُونَ. Okay? So we will give them a goodly life and will reward them according to the best of what they used to do. مِنْ ذَكَرٍ أَوْ أُنْثَى. But because of the nature of our being, rather, she can lead the prayer with women. Okay? So if there is a designated area in the haram, stick to this area for women. Okay? It is not because the crowd and a lot of people do that, it becomes automatically legitimate. If you see somebody who's praying behind a pole or put in a sutra and you can avoid crossing between him and his sutra, then it is not permissible to do so. You do not say automatically it's haram, it's okay. There is no excuse. Maybe if there is tawaf and there is a big rush and the haram is full, that's a different area. That's a different condition. Maybe there will be a concession there if somebody is praying sunnatul tawaf or whatever. Otherwise, you should avoid any violation, whether in the haram or otherwise in any other masjid. May Allah guide us to what is best.